Hey guys, so some people have been wondering what is the white thing in my hair. It's a feather, don't get freaked out. Okay, so about Central St. Martin's or Drama Centre, don't confuse it with the Royal Central Speech and Drama or something. They're two different schools. So St. Martin's has Drama Centre in it, basically. It's in King's Cross. It's a really artsy school. Like, when they say it's a hipster school, trust me, it is a hipster school. Like, there's installations everywhere, like all these people dressed like in a really like fashionable way. It's just a bit overwhelming, but it's quite cool because you have an old building and you have a modern like part of it, so I would definitely recommend it. So my experience, I once again got called up into the late audition because I just missed deadline, so I just did it in June. Usually, from what I've seen of other people, there are always like loads of people in the waiting room. I didn't have that problem, literally it was just me. It's at 4 o'clock. So I got in, I was like, hey, I'm Maria, and I just said I'm here for the MA audition, and they just said sit in that sofa and just wait. So I did, and then this guy came up to me. I think he was a student or former student, and they just give you like a stamp saying auditionee, so you can actually get into the building, like the proper rooms. Then I just waited outside. The audition ran over a bit, but I'd say be early regardless, like be early. And also there's a Waitrose like 1 minute away, so you can actually like go grab a drink, just get yourself in the zone. You're not wondering about making it in time or not, so just be early. Regardless, the previous audition ran over, so I was just waiting like for 5 minutes outside. And then this girl came out, and I was like, are you okay, girl? You don't look well. And she just said, oh, I've been auditioning for 5 years now, and this one went really badly. And I just didn't know what to say because it was my first audition, and I was just like, oh, sorry, girl. But at the same time, I was like, shit, 5 times. Ooh, probably not gonna get in then. Yeah, and then they just deliberate for like 10 minutes or something, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, they call you in, and it's this studio. Actually, my panel was just 2 people, a guy and a girl, both quite young actually. Like, I didn't expect them to be that young. Like, not young, like late 20s, 30s. And then they just like, whenever you're ready, do your pieces in whatever order you want to. They just ask you which pieces you're doing. I personally asked if I could use props. They said yes, but obviously don't bring like a butcher's knife, even if it's a fake one. They're like small props, I think they accept. About the timing, I don't think they timed either of my monologues, so I wouldn't worry again too much about that. One thing I must warn you, I don't know if it was because it was the room I was in, but it wasn't a studio, because technically studios are soundproof, but it echoed my voice, so that kind of threw me off in the first monologue, because obviously you're not expecting to hear yourself back. It was really, really weird actually, like really weird acoustics, I must say. Yeah, so I did my Shakespeare first and then did the contemporary straight away, and he just asked me to focus on these particular emotions and asked me about the character, like what is she doing, what has she been doing before, like what kind of state is she in, and I just explained it, and he just turns around and says, oh, now do it in Portuguese. Pardon? In what? And he said, yes, no, you heard it right, in Portuguese, because I want to see your emotions in your native language. So you're not worrying about the text, but about the emotions instead. And I was like, that's a fucking weird request, but sure. So I just did it in Portuguese. It's actually quite cool. And he said it didn't matter if obviously I messed it up halfway through, because I was just thinking on the spot, trying to translate Shakespeare into English, into Portuguese. So yeah, but yeah, they were quite chilled about it. It's nothing like too bad. And then he was just like, straight after my Portuguese one, he was like, go straight into Shakespeare. I suppose he just wanted me to keep the same emotions and try again. They didn't ask me anything about my contemporary. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And then they just called me over and they were like, what is your previous experience? And I found that question a bit weird because obviously they ask you for 3 forms. Don't forget to bring them, the 3 forms they ask for. And one of them is actually about your background. So I was just like, okay, I'll just speak a bit about myself. But yeah, so they asked me that, and then they asked me why I wanted to further my studies, because I already have a BA, so I was applying for the masters. I am applying for the masters, and they just asked me about that. I gave them an answer. They're not really. They have blank faces, like you can't read them, which to me is a bit, I don't know, makes me a bit concerned because I just don't know what they're thinking. But I suppose they just have their poker face on all the time. So I was just like, just be really nice and be yourself once again. Just, I was just like, yeah, well, thank you, bye. And literally the audition was 20 minutes. So you get no warm-up, you get no workshop, and then you get an email 1 week later saying either you made it and you get a call back, or they just don't offer you a place. Even if you get a call back, obviously that does not mean you have a place in the school regardless. I don't know my result yet. But yeah, it's one of those that for 50 quid, no, well, you just audition. You know, it's not like you gain anything from the experience in a way. Obviously you learn more about your monologues, but it's not one of those that like teach you throughout the day. So it's like about 20 minutes, and then it's just really, that's about it. Just once again, if you have any questions, just comment below. Bye.